Okay, next video is on what is alcoholism or alcohol independence and how to be able to detect. Um, Maybe you might be able to help a family or a friend out who is dependent on alcohol from years of, alcohol abuse. One of the traits to see is craving, a strong need or compulsion to drink. You're out with somebody and you're just doing normal everyday activities, and they may just say, "Oh, I feel like drinking," or "I wish I had a drink," or that's one of the ways that you can detect that maybe somebody is has alcohol dependence. Loss of control, the inability to limit one drinking on any given occasion. That means just being out with somebody who's just drinking, way too much. You may notice, even if you've seen them drink before, you may notice, like, wait, you going, you know, um, you're doing a lot compared to what I've seen you do before. So it's just something to look out for if you see some of your friends drinking uncontrollably compared to what you've seen them drink before. Physical dependence, withdrawal symptoms such as nausea, sweating, shakiness, and anxiety. Those occur when um, alcohol use is stopped after a period of heavy drinking. Like I said, your body starts to become dependent on it. Um, Serious dependence issues can lead to life-threatening symptoms, including convulsions. Sometimes that happens 8 to 12 hours after your last drink. Um, you start to experience delirium. Um, that can occur 3 to 4 days later when the person becomes extremely agitated, shakes, hallucinates, and loses touch with reality. So the longer you go, the longer you may see somebody go without a drink, and they start to have these symptoms, you know that there's something seriously wrong. Um, I think the exact diagnosis is called the delirium tremens, DT. Also, tolerance, the need to drink greater amounts of alcohol in order to get high. After you've been drinking for a while, you know, the and your body becomes used to it to a certain extent. You'll notice that maybe if it took somebody 2 or 3 drinks to feel drunk or to get the high that they wanted, after a while, that's not enough. So they have to do 4 to 6 drinks or 6 to 8 drinks. And, you'll be able to notice, by then, by their behavior, especially if you're around them a lot, that they've developed a tolerance and that they're drinking more to match that tolerance. An increasingly heavy drinker often says he can stop drinking when he chooses. He or she can stop drinking when they choose, but they just never choose to do so. Alcoholism is not a destination but a progression, a long road of deterioration in which life continuously worsens. So, basically, what that is saying is that, you think you have control, you think you have drinking under control, and in reality, it's the alcohol and the drinking that's controlling you. Um, so it's just something to think about when you're either watching somebody or maybe you're going through this yourself. Signs to pay attention to. We have a story here from, like I said, another story of somebody sharing their experience. When I went to quit drinking, I realized that alcohol had taken my body in such a way that I couldn't stop. I would shake like I was going to break. I would start to sweat. I couldn't think until I had another drink. I couldn't function without it. I spent the next 8 years in and out of detox and hospitals trying to figure out what happened to me, how it was possible I couldn't quit. It was the worst and the longest nightmare. So that's just somebody sharing their story of being alcohol dependent and not being able to quit, because alcohol is addictive. And like we said, like we always need to stress out, it's the brain. Alcohol is affecting the way you think. It's affecting your perceptions and is affecting your reality. So something to think about. If you notice these signs in somebody or even yourself, it's something to pay attention to and hopefully get some help. Like I said, I hope this video is able to help somebody or help you help somebody else. All right, thank you for listening. Bye-bye.